Imagine sitting at a long wooden table in ancient Jerusalem, clay lamps flickering, the air heavy with the smell of spices and fresh bread. On your plate sits something strange, something you've never tasted, maybe never even heard of. These aren't just meals. They're pieces of history, foods that carried meaning, told stories, and even shaped the faith of millions. Today we're diving deep into the forgotten and mysterious foods of the Bible, the ones you've probably never heard of. First up, manna. You've heard the word, but what exactly was it? The Bible describes manna as a mysterious bread-like substance that appeared every morning during the Israelites' journey through the desert. Some say it looked like frost on the ground. Others believe it was resin from tamarisk trees, sweet and nutty. Scientists have theories, but the truth? Still a mystery. Imagine waking up every day to food literally falling from heaven. No farms, no hunting, just divine delivery service. Then there's pistachios. Yes, the same nut you might snack on today. In Genesis, Jacob sends pistachios as a precious gift to Egypt. Back then, they weren't just food, they were luxury, rare and expensive. Only the wealthy could afford them, and they symbolized abundance and honor. If someone sent you pistachios, it wasn't just a snack, it was a statement. How about coriander? Today you find it in curries or sprinkled over tacos, but in the Bible it's linked directly to manna. Exodus describes manna's appearance as similar to coriander seed. Whether the flavor matched or not is debatable, but its mention shows how deeply tied spices were to identity and culture. For ancient cooks, coriander wasn't just seasoning. It was medicine, trade, and a reminder of home. Now let's talk locusts. Yes, actual insects. In Leviticus, certain locust species were considered clean and edible, and they weren't just survival food. They were a protein-rich staple in parts of the Middle East. John the Baptist famously ate locusts and wild honey while living in the wilderness. Imagine crunchy, nutty, roasted locusts dipped in golden honey. To us, strange. To them, nourishing and normal. Ever heard of sycamore figs? These aren't your regular figs. They're smaller, tougher, and grow in the warm valleys of the Holy Land. Amos the prophet worked as a dresser of sycamore figs, meaning he would cut or bruise the fruit to help it ripen. These figs fed the poor, offering sweetness even in times of scarcity. They weren't glamorous, but they were life-saving. Here's one that sounds like it belongs in a perfume bottle: spikenard. This rare and costly oil came from a plant found in the Himalayas, yes, thousands of miles away. In the Bible, Mary of Bethany anoints Jesus' feet with pure spikenard, worth almost a year's wages. Though not eaten as a main dish, it flavored and infused certain foods and drinks, adding aroma and luxury that only the wealthiest could experience. Lastly, the forgotten millet bread. Wheat and barley may have been the main grains, but millet was the humble underdog, hardy, drought-resistant, and able to grow where nothing else would. Ezekiel even speaks of bread made from a mixture of grains, including millet. It was survival food, keeping communities alive in famine when other crops failed. Each of these foods tells a story, not just of flavor, but of faith, culture, and survival. They carried meanings that went far beyond the dinner table. They were gifts, symbols, miracles, and sometimes the difference between life and death. So next time you bite into a pistachio, sprinkle coriander on your meal, or taste sweet figs, remember, you might just be tasting a small piece of history, the same flavors that traveled across deserts, through temples, and into the pages of the Bible.